to admit, I was that guy who knocked him over. So it was actually me. I do apologize.
I did look at him.
There is a perception of snowboarders being lazy, irresponsible, punks. But that is so wrong. We need to have an unbiased opinion. Snowboarders, otherwise known as riders, have a huge financial staple in the winter sports today. There is a dynamic shift towards snowboarding, towards the younger generation, not skiing, so why fight it? Don't fight the wave. Embrace it. Open up your minds and your will and ride with me on a new winter adventure. But first, let's understand what is the history of snowboarding and how did it rise to the popularity that it is today. Why are the perception of snowboarders as despicable people, and why should everyone here start snowboarding today? In the 1960s, snowboarding was founded by a gentleman named Sherman Poppin, who tied two skis together and tied it together with a rope for his daughter. At the time, they called it snurfing, where you combine snow and surfing together, and then you get snurfing. A gentleman named Dmitry Milovich, actually, was a surfing enthusiast from Salt Lake City, and he was the one who actually created that surfboard look that you see today. That's pretty prevalent today. In the 1970s, the snowboard persona did not meet that of somebody who was a skier, of a demographic that is wealthy and that is privileged. So they would not allow any snowboarders onto the mountains at all. They thought it was a passing fad. Little did they know. In the 1980s, only 10% of all ski resorts allowed snowboarders on there. And when they did allow them, they created special slopes for them to actually snowboard upon. However, throughout the years, and as the younger generation rebelled and protested, they saw the economic situation and said, we need to allow snowboarders to get on because we are not making our sales. So now, kids who didn't want to go skiing because of the reputation they have, privileged kids coming on there, said, yeah, I want to snowboard and be one of the people. And now the rest is history. Look at snowboarding today. It is now a winter sport. And a winter sport that's now in the Olympics in 1998. I don't know about everybody here, but I'd rather watch snowboarding than figure skating. And I do apologize to all those Scott Hamilton fans. And you know who you are. Okay, let's talk about perception here. We, of all things, is it fair to look at snowboarders as crude individuals due to a select few? It is as if saying that we are all bad people if we're from a bad community. So does that make you a bad person? I don't think so. That's essentially stereotyping. And I know we're all guilty of it, but we should not have that feeling in our minds. So think about that. So with that being said, I should have my notes here. So a vast majority of the people from different ethnic and social backgrounds ride. From famous actresses such as Angelina Jolie and famous singers such as Leanne Rimes, they all like to ride. And they're not punks. Right? Some theorists say it has been a clash of the generations. But however, I see more and more skiers start shifting over to the snowboarding side. And I don't see a lot of snowboarders shift over to the skiing side. I apologize. But let me give you a good story. I know last month I went snowboarding with a gentleman named Harry White Jr. He was 70 years old. He was a skier his whole entire life, but now he picked up snowboarding. And I asked him why. Well, Vu, I did skiing my whole entire life, but in order for me to spend time with my grandchildren, I picked up snowboarding, and I've enjoyed time with them more and more often now. And I have not picked up a ski ever since. And I just found that so riveting and exciting to hear about. Shaun White, nicknamed the Flying Tomato, and I don't know if you know him, he is a two-time gold Olympic winter champion. He is also one of the wealthiest athletes, winter athletes in the world with a net worth of $20 million. Not bad for somebody labeled as a punk. So let's go. Let's go snowboard. Challenge yourself. Attack those fears. I've been snowboarding for about 3 years now, and I admit it has not been easy. However, I am now at the point where I am hitting those black diamonds in Killington, Vermont, but I'm also willing and can't wait to attack more mountains coming forward in the future. I think it's an amazing thing, and also you have to think about, there are times where you're going to fall, and you're going to get hurt, but it's just picking yourself back up and going again. I skied before in the past. I didn't like when I fell, and I felt awkwardly in bad falls. Your skis, one ski go 10 feet off the mountain, one ski go down the mountain, you have opposing snow poles on both sides, and then you don't fall gracefully. When you have a snowboard, when you fall in a position where you're comfortable, where you lie backwards as if it was a normal fall. And the great part is, you don't have to pick anything back up. You just continue going. Imagine this, riding on the slopes and being able to lean over and then touch the mountain as you glide down. It is as if you were a surfer on the ocean and just riding the wave. I find that aspect so exhilarating. There was always often a saying that skiers always say, "Why do you guys always sit on the mountain? You guys always crowd the mountain." What about this? Skiers stand on the mountain. So what's the difference? You guys are all stationary, you're in people's way. How about those snowboard boots? They're so comfortable to wear. One of my favorite things about snowboarding is the ergonomic of the boots. While a ski boot is so restricting that it's even hard to even walk to the bathroom. And you're going into the moon. When I wear snowboard boots, I can walk, I can dance, but I can also drive at the same time. Snowboarders have the coolest trick names in the world, such as the Double McTwist, the Ollie Fakie, or my personal favorite, the Pop-Tart with chicken salad. I don't even know what the heck half that stuff means, but I think it's the most bodacious names. I think there are good people and bad people, and the respect of sport should not determine what kind of people they are. You should have an unbiased opinion on the sport. I encourage everyone here to pick up a snowboard and ride and come on a new adventure with me. And I promise this, you won't be punks. Thanks.